Close your eyes with me for a moment and imagine if I said wisdom, the personification of wisdom. What would that person look like? Perhaps someone you have in mind in your life who particularly was that person of wisdom to you. Perhaps a parent or a grandparent, or maybe there's not a specific person, but just if I say the word wisdom or a wise person, you might have just the image of someone come to mind. Maybe someone a little older, a few wrinkles, some silver in their hair, someone who doesn't act quickly, has a slow deliberation about choosing the correct path to go. Someone who takes in what is going on around them, comes to a realization of what the correct thing to do is. That might be the personification of wisdom for many of us. That might be what you thought of. That might not be. You can open your eyes now if you haven't already. Our first reading has a personification of wisdom that perhaps may have popped into your head, may not have. It's of a woman whose riches and beauty and desires beyond compare. Not all the gold in the world is like a little sand, and silver is like mud before this woman. This value of having wisdom is just beyond all else. The splendor of her never yields to sleep. Her splendor is more than light itself. That is the value that this first reading places on wisdom. Wisdom is often in the scriptures depicted as a woman, such that even the name Sophia means wisdom in Greek, and so there's Sophia is a somewhat common name, right? The largest church in Eastern Christendom is the Hagia Sophia, holy wisdom, right? This idea that wisdom is this woman who is desired above all things. We need wisdom in our lives. And I think that, no matter how you imagined wisdom just now, perhaps as a concrete person in your life who gave that wisdom to you when you needed it, or however you imagine this person, you realize the value of having wisdom. You wouldn't really say that a person without wisdom, is necessarily the one to follow, right? You're going to choose the person with wisdom over and over again. And I think that our world nowadays can sometimes be lacking in wisdom, right? And when you look at the gifts of the Holy Spirit, piety, counsel, knowledge, wisdom, fear of the Lord, all the gifts of the Holy Spirit, sometimes wisdom and knowledge can be kind of confused. You might think, well, those sound kind of similar. What's the difference, Well, the difference is we can have all the knowledge in the world, we can have all the book smarts, but if we don't have the street smarts of wisdom, knowing how to discern the will of God with the knowledge that we have, how to discern the will of God in each situation, and to accept the will of God in each situation, that is to have wisdom, all the book smarts in the world does us nothing, right? And I think that especially in our times right now, we can take a lot of information in. We're in this information age, right, where we have everything at the click of a button on our smartphones or our computers. We can take in all of this knowledge, but then what do we do with it? We just can be really tempted to just make quick reactions, to see something and then just immediately make a decision based on it, and not to sit and discern the will of God in the situation that we have around us, to discern God in that knowledge, to say, Lord, what do you want me to do with this knowledge? And it's in that discerning the will of God in our situation in life, it's in saying, where is God in this situation, that we have wisdom. So wisdom isn't something that makes snap decisions. Wisdom isn't something that makes quick judgments about people or situations. Wisdom is something that sits, that discerns, that searches for the will of God in each and every moment. Saying, Lord, there's a lot going on around me right now, and I've observed it. I've seen, the news, I've read this, I've read that. What do I do with it? Where are you in this situation? Where are you? How can I follow you in this concrete moment? I think that if we had more appeals to wisdom, asking the Holy Spirit for more wisdom in our current world situation, we'd probably be a lot better off. Seems like a lot of decisions are made quickly, are made based on, well, this person has a D or an R next to their name, therefore they're automatically right or automatically wrong. Or this person said this and that, or that, and we just come to decisions quickly and not based on receiving, coming to know the situation in its entirety, and then saying, Lord, help me to discern within this, where are you in my life? Where are you in this situation? How do you want me to go? And to have that wisdom, be able to discern where God is, to not come to snap judgments, snap decisions. Take that slow and steady path, discerning the will of God, is beyond all price. Gold is like sand if you have this gift. The rich young man in our gospel today, he knew what he had to do. He knew the situation around him. He knew the law. He knew that you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not kill. He knew all these things. He wanted that quick solution. Lord, what do I have to do to get to heaven? And when that didn't quite fit exactly what he expected, he went away sad. So he wasn't able to see the will of God in that and accept it. That's what holy wisdom is all about. Discerning the will of God in each and every moment, having that ability to accept it, even if it might seem repulsive to us at first. To say, Lord, where's your will? Help me to have that wisdom so I can come to understand that will, come to accept it, to see your will in this, and to follow it. So to especially ask for all the gifts of the Holy Spirit that we need, right? Understanding, fortitude, knowledge, but especially that gift of holy wisdom that makes gold and silver look like sand and dirt, so that no matter what situation we encounter in our life, we don't come to a snap judgment. We don't just judge something based off of what we initially see. We don't just say, well, this is the truth. I just got to go with this. Slow down and say, where is God in this moment? Where is God? How do I follow his will? That we will have this prize that is beyond all value.